Welcome to High Country DFS Sports and News. I will tell you, this is the AFC South early outlook, and I will say not many people are talking about the AFC South, and I think this is an interesting division. I think so. You got the Texans, Titans, Colts, and Jags. Yes, those names are not really out there right now, but I think this is a very interesting four teams here. So let's go ahead and hit it with the Texans. Let's go ahead and get it. Quarterback Davis Mills. Kyle Allen's the backup there. Those quarterbacks, you don't see it, but Davis Mills is not a terrible quarterback. He did better last year in these circumstances than what really people would have thought. Running back, you got Matt, you got Burkhead. Yeah, he's not really your running back you want as you wanted to, but that's not horrible. And you got Robert Stevens, you got Cooks, Collins, and you got Mechie. But the thing with Mechie, things going on there. You got Cooks and Collins. Cooks, Brandon Cooks is always good. You tied in, it's not really there either. But yeah, your offensive line one of the worst, and your defense bottom half of the league. And this is easily the fourth team, and they're probably going to win one or two games and be last in the division. But the Texans last year surprised me more in some of the games that they played, just with some grit. This team's been pretty much beat up publicly, with coaches and all this stuff, but I would not rule them out with one or two wins this year. Yeah, that don't sound like a lot, but that's a lot better than what I thought last year, to be honest with you. The Titans, I think this team is gone. I think you got Tannehill, you got Malik Mills. I think Malik Mills, and here's a little spoiler, I think Malik Mills will end up starting a game this season, probably in the middle of the season or end of the season, and I think he may take the starting job. That's a little thing I'm looking forward to right there. You running back, you got Derrick Henry. I mean, one of the best running backs in years. You got Hiller to back up there. Yeah, that's great. You got Robert Woods, and you got Westbrook, and I don't see these. I don't see these wide receivers doing much. You got tight end, you got Hooper. Yeah, Hooper is just an average tight end. The offensive line, it's not going to be that great. It's a 20 to 30 range for me, I would give them. Defense is somewhere in the middle of the pack. I give them 6 to 8 wins. I'm just doing that as you got Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry is what you need to just run the game, and you give him the ball. I mean, he's just a beast, and there's no way to different put it. I have them second in the division, and I think that's generous. Let's see what Malik Wills does. I think that he's gonna take a starting job. The Colts, you got Matt Ryan. Nick Foles is his backup. For those Eagles fans out there, he won Super Bowl. You got running back, you got Taylor and Hines. Very good duo there. I think Hines is going to get even more workload now. Your wide receivers is Pittman, Junior. You got Pierce, you got Campbell. You got T.Y. You got all these guys that are just so good with their upside. But can they get to that upside? That's going to be the key there. You're tied in, you got a Cox. Offensive line is not too bad. I think it's better. It's getting better. It's definitely better than what Matt Ryan had at the Falcons. Defense looks stingy, and 10 to 20 middle to back rank. I'll give them I think this is going to be an interesting team. Can they get to can they win a division, and what can they do in the playoffs? I see 9 to 12 wins out of them. I think with a new team, a new feel, I think Matt Ryan's going to do well here. Here's the next team is going to be very interesting. I have them at a lower than everybody else probably would think. With the Jags, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, I think he's going to have a pretty good year this year. Running back Etney, he's going to be healthier. You know, Robinson get healthy. Wide receiver is Kurt. You know, Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, Chenault. Those guys are very good. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, Zay Jones is probably the weakest in that, but he is very under the radar. Your tight end is Ingram and Arnold. I mean, two very good tight ends. I mean, the offensive line, yeah, is not that great, but 2025 defense is going to be a lot better, I think. This team has a potential to give the Colts a little bit of, you know, an issue. And the Titans, if they really do not do as well, I see that the Jags finishing second in this division instead of what I have them at third. This is very intriguing to me. Yeah, it's not that great, and this is not going to be no Super Bowl winners or nothing like that. But from teams that are progressing, getting better, I'm watching this. And of course, you got Doug Peterson for the Jags. I mean, of course, I just said about Nick Foles, Super Bowl winner. Look who the Eagles had for their coach to win that Super Bowl, Doug Peterson. This is, 5 to 7 wins. I think is doable. I really don't think we're going to have a team come out of there winning the Super Bowl. But keep an eye on the Colts. Keep an eye on the Jags. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but keep an eye on them making a run for money. Because if something happens to Matt Ryan or something happens to Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, any of these teams with injuries, like we already know that injuries happen, just like in this preseason games where we're seeing injuries and players falling out right now. These are teams to watch. I mean, Texans are not going to do anything, but you keep an eye on the Jags and the Colts in this AFC South division. Of course, if you like this, subscribe, like, put a comment down there who you may think in the AFC South is going to surprise people, and be more than happy to reply back to that. Hope everybody has a great rest of their day.